here with Sheila, and she has agreed to give me a tour of her beautiful van today. I can't wait to show it to you. So here we go.
But when I saw the list of purple vans, I knew it had to be mine.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I do love that she has an extended cab, nice height, because I am a dance instructor, and so that gives me the ability to move and stretch and dance inside of the van when I'm stuck inside on days that don't have nice weather.
Okay.
Yeah.
Won't you take me home? Give me with your flight. We can run away. Castle in the sky.
We are now inside your van. What is your van?
My van is a 2002 Great West van. It's a Dodge Ram chassis. Her name's Juanita. I named the van after my grandmother, who was a pretty fierce woman, so I wanted her spirit with me on the road. And a lot of the van was already built out, but I did some modifications with my dad before I hit the road, which includes all of this beautiful woodwork. One of the things that was very important to me with hitting the road was to take houseplants with me. I really wanted to feel warm and cozy, and so I purchased these self-watering pots before I hit the road and said to my dad I would like to custom fit the shelves exactly to the pots so that they don't move around as I drive down the road. So that was priority number one.
So do you have any problem with the self-watering pots spilling? Because it's the water down in the bottom?
Water is down in the bottom.
And it doesn't spill at all?
It does not spill
Nice.
at all. I also was strategic about which plants were going to be on the south side of the van, thinking that if I was driving west for the most part, my cactus and succulents needed more light, that were more light sensitive needed to be on the north side, and with the idea that I was mostly driving west to be light sensitive and light hardy.
Okay, so you probably also park with that in mind.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, Sheila, we talked about these shelves, and so what were they originally, and how exactly did you modify it?
So originally there was a bed that dropped down from the ceiling, and this van could sleep up to 4. The previous owners before me took the bed out, and there was a third captain's chair here that they had taken out. The shelves had top opening doors, and so without the bed being here that was going to land on top of the shelves, I wanted open face shelving so that I could put books, I could put plants, and store a lot more than shelves that opened with the door on top. And then we also added the storage bench here since there was no captain's chair.
Perfect.
Coincidentally, the listing from the dealership indicated that because the captain's chair was removed, that this could be used as a dance floor.
Oh, how
Another selling point for me and
That's
this
great.
van.
That is great. Okay, so is this other area, is that also storage or no?
Yes, it is storage.
Okay.
It's hard storage because it's so long and so thin. So I really do value this storage space more than anything.
That's a great space.
The other woodwork that I'm really proud of are these custom tabletops. So I was telling Donna that the original rectangular tabletop wouldn't allow for passage from the front to the back without removing the tabletop. And so my father and I went to the lumber yard and found a piece where I could specifically squeeze through.
Perfect.
At the same time, we picked up another tabletop, which I drop down when I need extra counter space. And then below this is a shoe storage rack that can store up to 6 pairs of shoes.
Oh my goodness, that is genius. And did you come up with the idea for that?
I'd seen several other full-time folks on the road with little storage racks similar to this. I'd only anticipated being able to get 2 or 3 pairs of shoes in there. So I was quite
That
surprised.
is great.
Yeah.
So I love all your baskets. I assume you use those down there for storage also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so both of these baskets, picnic baskets, were gifts that friends had given me.
Oh.
Some of these house plants are named after friends. This house plant in particular is Bob. And so it's really important to me. I'm very sentimental to be able to look around and see things that have been gifted to me by people I love and be surrounded by that energy while I'm on the road.
Okay. Yes, and I mean I love all your baskets and everything that you've got because it's functional as well as very pretty. Did you build those boxes, the window boxes?
These window boxes?
Uh-huh.
Nope, that was original to the
Okay.
van. And it's a little dated for me, so part of the reason I did fill this space with so many knickknacks was because I knew I wasn't going to get this clean, modern aesthetic inside of this van, so I embraced kind of the cottagey, cozy feel.
Okay.
And just try to stick everything in every nook and cranny possible. But I am quite proud of the fact that this rug down here kind of matches this little dated piece of fabric that you get on all of the window treatments.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
I have a lot of fun with trying to coordinate the design of things.
Okay.
Anything that you see out is out because I chose it to be aesthetically pleasing.
Awesome. Okay, so you and I talked earlier about your seats and how they turned around, and you told me a trick you did to make it easier to turn them around. Would you
Yeah.
like to share that?
You can see here that there used to be armrests on both of these captain chairs. I didn't find the functionality of them to be particularly necessary, so removing the armrests on both the chairs made it much easier to swivel these around. And again, with this being an older vehicle, it wasn't always easy to change the seat from facing forward to being able to sit here and utilize the space. So removing those armrests really took a lot of the muscle out of that for me.
So that improved your functionality tremendously,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Okay.
Other modifications I can talk about here next to you is where the microwave and toaster oven originally were installed by Great West Van. I removed both and opted for airtight containers for all of my food storage.
I love that you still have your glass and your Crocs. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. So I see this has a little slant to it. Does that keep them in there just fine while you're traveling?
It's all Velcroed in.
Okay.
So each one of these jars are Velcroed nice and tight.
Very smart. Okay.
Yes.
See, yes, I love the fact that you have your jars in here. Was this originally built this way? This
It
part?
was originally built this way. Again, the toaster oven took up most of this space. I'd been on the road for about a month and I realized I'd never utilized the appliances except for using my 2-burner stove and the fridge. So both of those came out and got replaced with some thrift store finds. The original faucet I had also taken out because it was leaking and replaced it with something a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Put in this vinyl backsplash and did a matching vinyl backsplash in the little bathroom area.
Oh, that is beautiful. I'm assuming that you do have a floor pan down here.
So underneath where you're standing, the floor pan comes out. These doors open up for full privacy on both sides.
Okay.
And so the indoor shower is in addition to the outdoor shower. And I use both on quite a regular basis. This storage was not original to the van, so these 3 plastic storage bins were installed after I purchased.
So was this cabinet installed or was it already there?
It was not there.
Okay,
So
so, okay.
that was just an open
Perfect.
space, and it felt like kind of unused space that
Yeah.
I could have put some storage in.
I like how they utilized the space up here for storage. And yes, what you did here I think was much better. Mine is kind of an open, and I put shelves in there. But I like yours better. So that might be a hint for me later.
Yeah, a little bit of storage here.
Cute. I love that.
And these.
And I see, looks like you have a little vent there. That's nice too. And these what? What were you going to show me?
Oh, these were I installed. I picked these up from IKEA. A couple of them up here.
Right, and so you can let your towels and stuff dry out and all that. That's very smart. Very smart.
Take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your arms. Feel it in your legs. Feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go. Just let your body go. Just let your body go and move to the rhythm.
Now we're going to look at the back end of the house.
Yeah, I wanted to show you, Donna, that these curtains, yes, are aesthetically pleasing, but they're also functional. Because I have so many windows up front, I don't retain heat well through the front of the van. So closing these curtains in the evenings helps keep the back of the van where I sleep nice and cozy.
Yes. Oh, and it's so beautiful. That's cute. I love that. Okay.
So the back of the van did originally have an electric couch that would fold up for sitting and then fold down to sleep too.
Okay.
I removed the couch and just turned it into a twin bed because I wanted to get a nice firm mattress so that I could sleep well. And then I also just wanted to have the ability to scooch in here and have my legs hanging off and work at this station if I wanted to do work during the day. Whereas the full bed pressed up against the wall of the bathroom area. And so I was limited to just kind of sitting right here in this spot. So keeping it twin size allows me to sit here, maybe have another person sitting next to me if I want to, but just opens up a little bit more space. And since it's just me touring in the van, I don't need to have a full double-sized bed. Twin is just fine.
Perfect.
Wallpaper is a modification.
You did that?
Yep.
It's beautiful. It really is. That was a nice idea.
Thank you. I wanted to bring the outdoors in, so having the berries and the leaves, and my grandmother Juanita loved birds, so it's another design aesthetic that reminds me of people that I love. It makes me feel taken care of while I'm out on the road. And I don't think there's a whole lot more modifications back here. This is the original tabletop, which would have been the same one up front.
I assume you covered it.
Yeah, I just like
Isn't
to
that neat?
wrap everything and make everything feel warm and cozy.
I love your use of the aesthetically pleasing pieces to not only use functionally as storage and all that, but then also it's just beautiful and makes it feel more homey to you, I'm sure. Yesterday we talked about while you're on the road. Would you like to share anything about that?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So I've got actually a couple of pictures up here that you can see above my bed of my family, and specifically my brother here passed away last summer. He was a third grade school teacher and such a great individual in our community back home in Michigan. When he passed away, I was the executor on his estate and found his passport, which I have clipped up front so that he's always with me. He had always wanted to travel and didn't get to spend a lot of time on the road because he was dedicated to his career as a school teacher. So as his estate executor, I found his passport with me listed as his emergency contact, and it did not have any stamps in it. So that motivated my decision to hit the road and to get out and see the country while I was still young. And his spirit is with me everywhere I go. I keep his driver's license above my driver's seat next to all of my favorite places that I've seen this year.
That is so awesome. So how long have you been traveling?
I've been on the road since March 2021 and don't have any end in sight.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes, very fortunate that I get to teach my dance classes online. So I do work remotely. I teach belly dance classes, teach Zumba fitness and some meditation classes as well. And so all of my folks back home, along with clientele who had moved across the country, can log on and see me broadcasting class from the desert or from the forest, from the mountains or from the beach.
Oh, so neat.
Yeah.
So are you currently actively looking for new clients or anything?
So I am promoting, especially with the beginning of 2022 coming up. Folks are thinking about ways to move and be physical, and especially since back in Michigan the weather is cold and folks aren't getting outdoors as much. So I am promoting my classes still and hoping to see new faces join us. I think you can tell that staying connected to people is really important to me. So having my old clientele be loyal to my classes is a really big part of this journey. I wouldn't be able to do it if we weren't logging on each week. And then I have some clientele that have been dancing with me for over a year now that are in Canada, and I've never met them before.
Oh,
but
wow.
they found me and really enjoy logging on to see where I am across the U.S.
So would you like to share how people can find you if they are interested in joining up?
My website is SHELOVELIFE, so that's SHELOVELIFE.com, and from there you can find my weekly class schedule. You can follow me on Instagram. I do portrait photography in addition to dance, so if you enjoy travel photography, you can follow my Instagram pages and see some of my shots from this trip.
Beautiful. And so your Instagram, is that also
SHELOVELIFE?
Okay.
And I have two Instagram handles. One is SHELOVELIFE.dance, and the other one is SHELOVELIFE photos. So
Okay.
the best way to find me is just to go to my website, SHELOVELIFE.com, and you'll find all the links you need for social media.
Wonderful.
Now we won't go back home today, until the very last hour. We still got a few more days to slay, It's gonna get so much louder. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all.
Okay, I want to take just a little shot down here. I see you make a lot of use of your kitchen area by using these cutting boards.
So this was ideas that my dad kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, gave me. It wasn't something that I thought I needed before I hit the road. I was fine with just having the cutting board that filled the sink and the stove as is, but he seemed adamant that I have some countertop, and I actually appreciate that he insisted on it because now this wood kind of ties in with the wood in the front part of the van and just adds to my overall cozy aesthetic.
I agree, and yeah, I figured you would love it, but to me it also adds great space to work on, because whenever you don't have that, it's more broken up and a little more difficult, I think.
Yeah, Donna, I would love it.
That was great. That was awesome.
Feel it in your legs, feel it on your fingertips, and feel it in your head. Just let your body go, just let your body go, just let your body go and move to the rhythm.
So I mentioned to you, Donna, that I like surrounding myself with sentimental pieces, and I'm proud of this, which I picked up while I was on the road from an uncle that I visited in Washington. I was completely unaware that he did stained glass art. And he told me about a period of time in his life where he was producing hundreds of pieces just for fun, not selling them.
Oh, wow.
And recalled a story of taking a class at his local community center and being the only young man among much older women who are hobbyists, and just being very enthused about it. So he gave me a piece, which I promptly hung up in my kitchen area because I wanted to remember that sweet story from my uncle while I was on the road.
That is awesome.
I wonder what went wrong today. Why do I feel like
You were telling me about these boxes?
Yeah, I'm talking about the importance of storing things that are aesthetically pleasing inside of things that are aesthetically pleasing. So this is my craft supply box.
Okay.
This is my toolbox. And I bought these boxes from IKEA. IKEA is moving more towards natural and sustainable products and
Oh,
moving away
cool.
from having so much plastic.
Uh-huh.
And so when I saw these and saw that they were wooden and knew that they would go with the whole warm, wooden, cozy decor, it made me feel better about taking a whole bunch of craft supplies and
Yeah.
a whole bunch of tools on the road with me.
I just thought of one more question I wanted to ask. So your dance, do you actually dance in here?
I can teach my belly dance classes and my meditation classes in here, but not my Zumba fitness classes.
Oh, okay.
And so my students have enjoyed a couple of live streams from inside of Juanita because if the winds are over 15 miles an hour outside, I have to move it in. And of course, if it's, raining more than just a drizzle, then I move my classes indoors.
Okay, so that's so cool. So I'm going to try to just kind of show what kind of floor space we have here. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Okay. I'm going to have to check it out too. Do you have examples on your website of what you do? Awesome. I'm going to be checking you out. Thank you so much, Sheila, for this tour today. And I just love your warm personality, and who knows, you might see me in one of your classes one of these days. Thank you, Sheila.
Let's start with the stepping and make sure the hips are nice and sharp. Right, left, good. And yes, we are balancing something on our head. Let's start with layering the chest, lift and drop. Up, down, up, down.
Okay, this is Sheila's Classic Supreme Great West van. Is this not gorgeous? I love the purple. Here's her outdoor shower. She said she makes good use of that. And the Great West has storage down below.
is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me